Got 3 ideas for videos today. I want to get a video out. The ideas are either AI is dangerous in the wrong hands. What are the other ideas? AI is getting cheaper and quicker really quickly, or the fact that we're teaching and training AI models with AI data. So let's do something easy since we're just sitting outside. We've been training newer and more efficient. We'll combine the last two. We've been training and developing more efficient AI models using data generated from AI. So basically, the way you train an AI model is by giving it input and output. You tell it, here's what I'd like to see if someone asks for this. So you tell it, for instance, give me a synopsis of a sci-fi movie. And you tell it, here's a synopsis of a sci-fi movie. A man goes to space, he discovers an alien race, and he befriends them, and they fight, but then they all come together, or whatever. And by training these models, like that's what ChatGPT had done to it. They gave it tons and tons and tons and tons of examples of raw data, but also structured data. So they said like, please list 5 Pokemon, and gave it 5 Pokemon. And by doing that, it can extrapolate and it can say, all right, cool. So if someone asks me to list 5 atomic elements, I can now understand that concept. So that's how you train it. The interesting thing is, before there were any publicly available, relatively inexpensive AI language models, you had to build this stuff all yourself. You had to list out every test question, every test answer, so to speak, and then provide that to the model. Now you can ask something like ChatGPT to provide you a summary of a sci-fi movie and provide you a prompt to generate a summary of a sci-fi movie, and then feed those both into your own language model. So Facebook recently released one, I believe it's called Llama, and it has been grabbed by people, I think, at Stanford, and they made a version called Alpaca. And what they did is, for $500, they trained it using data that they generated from OpenAI's models. That's the people who make ChatGPT. So it's become extraordinarily cheaper to train them. A real-world example of when you would use this would be, like, for instance, if you were building a bot to help people at your online store. You would tell about your products and say, like, if someone asks for this, this is what you should do. And if they ask for this, this is what you should do, etc. If we're using AI data to train AI models, isn't it kind of an echo chamber or a feedback loop where it's not actually getting smarter, it's only getting as smart as whatever the model that's being trained, or that whatever model is training it, basically? And that's an interesting question. So it's kind of the 2 points that, one, it's getting extraordinarily cheaper to the point where with 64 gigs of RAM, you can run some of these powerful models on your CPU. They run slower. So that means, like, your home computer, if you have a very, very fast $3,000 computer, there's a decent chance you have enough power to run one of these models. And they're coming out with new concepts and ways to get them to run on even smaller hardware, just slower, of course. So it's just a, little quick check-in. The next video is going to be about how AI, like any tool or weapon, is dangerous in the wrong hands. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully this was fun.